Everyone, welcome to Lauren's Scrap Lot and my weekly edition of Show Me How It's Done. Today I have a very fun and practical card for you. It doubles not only as a gift card holder, but as a greeting card for a friend or family member this holiday season. So I hope you're going to gather your supplies and craft along with me. As always, I have put the measurements for the project in the description, but I will also go through them with you. If you don't own the Jolly Delivery or the North Pole Delivery Suite, that is okay. You can substitute in for whatever you have, and in fact, I would love to see what you have. I always post these videos to my Facebook page, Lauren's Scrap Lot, and in the comments, you can go in and add your pictures of projects for everyone else to see. So please do give this video a like and a comment if you're watching, and if you're doing something different, tell us what suite you plan to recreate this with. So the Jolly Delivery Suite is in the holiday catalog from 2025. You can also find coordinating designer series paper for this as well, and that's where I've gotten some of these decals and some of the designer series paper patterns. Unfortunately, I have used that package of paper to its death. I have done a all-day retreat at the end of October with it. I have featured it in some of my Show Me How It's Done, my Great North American Stampin' Show videos, and my card clubs. So I have scraps left. I saved enough to show you how to do this project, and beyond that, I'm going to have to order myself some more because I really love it, and it's going to be a great set for me to keep for my kids to play with in the years to come. Let's get crafting. Basically, from the Jolly Delivery, I just used a stamp set for a sentiment here on the front. I did use real red for that. And then on the inside, I added this little post box. You can do whatever else you'd like. If you'd like to add some stamping, perhaps on this little pouch, these little mails, letters would be adorable. That would be a lovely idea. Or of course you could add a little critter in there instead. I didn't really have to die cut anything. I will show you the dies, even though I didn't use them. So there's all the outline dies. There is also a large box die that doesn't fit in here. So hopefully you've seen some of my past videos because I did use that and created a little 3D gift box with that. I was privileged enough to grab the decals from the designer series paper package. They're all stamped and pre-done, and ooh, some random bubble popped up. Okay, yeah, so let's get crafting. We're going to start with a piece of real red. This is going to create the card base for us. It is going to be 4 1/4 by 10 1/4, and I probably should face this way in order to tell you you're going to need 2 score marks, one at 5 1/2 and one at 8 1/2. So a little bit different for our card, but you'll see how it goes together. So that's your card base. It will actually go like this to start. So we're going to start building this top section here, and that's going to be just with one piece of white. It's going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And if you want to, stamp your image on there ahead of time. Real red is my kryptonite for some reason. If I stamp it and I don't give it time to dry, it gets all over me and all over my work. So I have gone ahead and pre-stamped my real red sentiment and the mailbox in hopes that I don't have those smudging issues this time. So I don't know about you. Let me know if there's a color that just, loves you to bits and wants to stick on you no matter what, but that's real red for me. So I've stamped that ahead of time just in that bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to attach this now into my project. Where's my take your pick tool? That is like the most important thing. Oh, here you are. There we go. There's my take your pick tool. Put this guy up in this top section. There should be a slight red border all the way around, and gently, gently press it. Now these two pieces here, we're actually going to fold this piece up to create a pouch, and that pouch is going to be, of course, what holds your gift card. So it's going to be very, very easy for you to pull that in and out because we've made this pouch slightly smaller and shorter than what it needs to be. So in order to attach this, all we're going to do is put strips of adhesive on the right and the left. You can use the thick adhesive. You can also use glue, but of course you'll need to let that dry. We don't want that getting on your gift card or locking the gift card in place, but only on the left and right. If you put some on this top part, you won't be able to get a gift card in, and that will be very sad. You also don't have to do a gift card. Perhaps you have one of those individually wrapped tea pouches. They could fit in here as well. So a couple ideas for you, but your gift card can now slide in and out very easily. You can also cut a piece of designer series paper onto that bottom if you really wanted to decorate there, but I was quite happy with how it was at the moment. So I'm just going to leave that. We will come back to this top section here, but I want us first to cut our designer series papers all at once. Okay, so we're going to cut designer series paper to fit on this front part. That will be 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And it doesn't matter which one you use, it's totally up to you. I thought the green was nice because it didn't take away from some of the little critters that I wanted to use. So we're going to add that to the front. While your die cutting machine is still available, we do need to do some more cutting for this section. Trimmer and die cutting machine, I should say. Okay, so here's where it gets fun, and you may or may not have this die. So I used for this die here the textured notes. Do you see the little stitching along the edge here? So this is the 4th largest from that set. However, if you're looking at this and you're like, oh no, I don't have that die, I can't make this card, you can. What you're going to do is we're going to grab a ruler and we're going to give you those estimated measurements, and you can just make a rectangle. Okay, so you can do 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, and that will give you the same size rectangle that I have right here, just no stitching. Okay, it doesn't matter. Use what you have. Please don't stress about that. And then for the inside, we're going to put a little designer paper. This one is 1 7/8 by 3 3/8. If you cut that rectangle though, perhaps bump this up to 2 inches and 3 1/2. That would probably fit a little bit nicer into that rectangle because you wouldn't have this stitching in there. Okay, so we're going to attach those two pieces together just for fun. The funny thing is, I didn't originally plan to use this stitched rectangle. I designed a long time ago a project where I actually had to chop this rectangle out of my my image, and I think that might be next week's video for you because I designed it a long time ago, but I didn't film it for you yet. So it's a concertina fold, and these were leftovers from that card. So I needed a reason to use them. So that's why I did this one. So we're kind of watching things backwards, but tune in next week and you'll see where I got these from. All right, that guy is ready to go. I'm going to be funny and pop this up on dimensionals. It'll just give this a little bit of life. Look at my lovely little note. I wrote that it's the 4th largest on the back for myself, so I wouldn't forget. I do forget things because I designed so many things all at once for the Christmas season, and it is quite interesting, like all the sticky notes that are in here in my craft room. You would probably laugh if you saw them. I go through a lot of Post-it notes. Alrighty, this guy's ready to go. The whole reason for this card was using up that rectangle, and look where we got. Here's the fun little window you're going to see from the top. It will have a slightly larger border on the left and right than it does the top and bottom, but that's okay. And now you get to decorate. So what I pulled out from my set was a couple little envelopes. I thought they looked cute. I wanted to use this little mouse with a present, badger, and then I found an extra present. I thought maybe I could tie this in to this card. So I pulled that one out too, and we'll see. My stylish shapes dies are a standard here in my craft room. So of course you can use a circle punch if you don't have these, but I really think you should. I just used the third largest in the set for my sentiment. And as I said, it was pre-stamped so that we didn't get inky. Okay, this one's gonna get popped up on dimensionals, and that will be the point that we kind of move all the other icons around. So we're gonna start with our sentiment, and I'm gonna put it here upside down for a second. I don't wanna actually stick it, but I want to kind of place a few things around. So you can see my envelope would go there. Then I've got another envelope. We could put this on top of those, and enough room for the critters. So let's actually do these two first. That might make life a little bit better. I'm gonna do the dark brown envelope up here in the top. Oh, my dog is howling outside. There must be a fire truck. And then another little guy here. And just tuck him at like a slight little angle. There we go. Nothing's going to be exactly the same, but there we are. Little sentiment. Okay, badger time. So I want him to be taller than my sentiment. So because I used one dimensional behind the circle, I'm actually going to put two dimensionals stacked on top of each other on his body. So I'll put one layer down first. Could have used, I guess, a large dimensional. Would have saved some time. And then I'm going to put a second dimensional on top. That gives you extra lift, and he will now kind of stand out more than the sentiment does. I'm going to switch these two. Sorry, then I don't have to keep reaching over it. He is going to go kind of down in this corner. I might move this over. Here we go, a little trick with the take your pick tool. Just get under the dimensional and pull up. Let's see, where should you go? You should go there. I knew I should have waited for this. And you can now go there. There we go. That's better. All right, little mousy can go up on one dimensional. He's gonna go kind of looking like he's standing on the badger's back, or he could just be in the background, either way. And then this little present, I thought it was fun, so I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna try, see what it looks like if I put that down here. 2, 1, we'll do the 2 stack again, I think. Will give us the best odds for it to stand out. I do like that. Yes. Okay. So there's your little present. And of course we need some embellishments. There are great, there we go, great little embellishments that come with this suite. You can add real red, pretty in pink, pool party, or garden green. I'm going to go with the red just because it works with my base. So a large and a small, and one more to tie it all together. And voila, there is your card with gift card holder, ready for you to write a little quick note to somebody and treat them to something special this holiday season. I hope you guys are having so much fun crafting and creating. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel just so that I can notify you whenever I have videos, and it does help me out as well. Please click that like button if you enjoyed the project, and let us know if you're going to use this fold with a suite from your own collections. Tune in next Tuesday for another edition of Show Me How It's Done, and I'll see you Thursday for the Great North American Stamping Show. Bye, guys.